Hello guys, welcome to another video, another tutorial. This is not a tutorial. Actually, we'll be talking about something pressing in recent times, which is the reasons why developer fail. That's what I titled this video, but we'll be looking at the effect of AI on developer and the job market. Uh, and we'll also be looking at the claims. People are claiming that AI is not going to take people's job. It's just going to replace some jobs. It's not going to take developers' roles and all that. Is that true? Let's look at the statistics. Let's see what is going on. So basically, we're gonna start with why developer fail in 2025. Top mistakes to avoid. So we are looking at it and seeing how we can, how we can avoid these mistakes altogether. So let's look into it. Let's start. Let's get it over with. Ha, ha, ha. So basically, um first thing we want to look at is artificial intelligence. You all know artificial intelligence has been one of the disruptive technology in recent times, and it's rapidly taking over people's job. Although a lot of people tend to downplay its role, but we know that AI, emergence of AI since ChatGPT was released, I think 2 or 4 years ago, 2 years ago, you know, humans have seen a lot of tasks being automated, and where machine now tends to, you know, take over people's work because it is cheaper, and machine doesn't make mistakes like human beings, so it's automating most of the processes human beings have been doing over the years. So we are gradually moving towards the artificial intelligence age now. We are moving away from the um, we've moved away from the industrial age to the information age. Now we are moving into, what is it called? Forgotten. Anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. So we want to look at its effects. AI was first introduced. It has been around since the 90s, though. But it was we saw its impact when ChatGPT introduced when OpenAI introduced ChatGPT into the market about 2 years ago, and a lot of people, started showing interest in AI. So it has also fostered the growth of AI. You would have thought that development will be one of the last field that will be affected by artificial intelligence. At least that was what I thought about 5 years ago or 6 years ago. That was thinking AI is not going to really affect developers, but that is not the case. You can see here predictions indicate that AI could undo up to 90% of coding within the next year. That is 90% of coding that developers undo. AI is going to undo it between now and next year. So it's going to be fully automated. It's coming to be, we are gradually getting to the point where you can just give AI one single prompt and it will build a full scale SaaS application for you. And that is mind-boggling. The rate at which AI is being released, China is releasing AI. It's now a competition, and that's how it's going to be. That's how it's going to be, and that's how it's going to take a lot of jobs, like a competition. Gradually they're going to release so many AIs that's going to take a lot of job. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything for you here. I'm not one of those people that will tell you, oh yeah, it's not gonna take, I don't think it's gonna take people's job. It is going to take people's job. That's just the sad reality about it. The sad reality about it. So AI has been has become increasingly capable of automating complex coding tasks. Our predictions have it that it can handle 90% within the next year. Routine coding tasks are being automated, reducing the need for human interventions. Developers are required to adapt to focus on high level problem solving and strategic needs. So as a developer, you are advised, to move into, other roles. Look into moving into other roles. I'm not saying you should stop being a developer. No, that's not what I'm saying. Of course, it's before uh people who are already into the developer roles, and that are deep rooted might not easily be affected, but the newer people, people uh who are just coming into development, the junior devs, even most of the senior devs are going to be affected, you know by this development, because let's face the facts. Let's speak to the fact. Companies want to automate their processes, and they want to reduce cost. And one of the ways they can reduce costs is by cutting down on staff. So companies are going to cut down on staff. That is not it's not rocket science. It's going to happen, and it has started happening. So you should prepare for the worst. Should prepare for the worst. You know, that's a wise man always thinks ahead and prepares for the worst, not for the best. You don't prepare for the best. If you are preparing for the best, then you're you're a fool. I'm sorry to say that, but that's just the truth. You have to prepare for the worst so that you won't get caught, unawares. So, guys, you guys should start looking into, problem solving and strategic roles, uh, rather than focusing too much on development. So basically, and what are the other roles that you can look into? There are a couple of them, such as cloud computing. AI is not yet able to do that, and they are not really venturing so much into cloud computing like development. Now you can look into data. You can look into data science. This data science still needs human analysis and all that. You know, Although it's also being automated, but it's still a field you can look into. Now it will be more of the numbers of skills you have, as unlike before, you know. So data science and AI operations, you can look into that. Look at AI engineering, you can look into cloud computing, product management. You can look into technical writing and training. That is training of models and all that. You can also look into quality assurance and testing engineering, things like that, and technical recruiting. These are one of cybersecurity. These are one of the things you can look into, and not fully focus on too much on AI, on development, because development uh, is being taken over by AI. That's just the truth. In the future, companies are going to, lay down a lot of developers. Just hire few developers. Especially people who are into AI. You hire few developers and have them run the company. Now you can have one or two developers, so you run a full company with the use of AI. Unlike before, where you need a full team and all that. So you guys can look into these other fields. So let's proceed and let's see. So there have been decline in entry level opportunities. People are telling you otherwise, but it's the truth. There is a decline. There is this chart that I saw, um, that shows the decline in job posting on Indeed. Yeah, this is it. Since 2022, you can see it here. This is 2022, and 2022 was just the emergence of AI. Now we're in 2024. You can see the sharp decline in job posting. You can see it. You can see it. Now you can see between January and 2025 and now, you can see this sharp decline here, showing that there's going to be a lot more decline this year. in job posting. Going to be a lot decline. So this chart was posted by Indeed. You they analyze the data on their site, analyze the job posting. So this is real data. This is not fabricated data. So seeing this, you can see that you know these things is really happening. Jobs are being taken over. 35% of decrease in job posting. Over the last 5 years, 35% is much. And when you look at it, it's much. And it's just going to grow, and it's going to grow in an exponential way. So the next 2 years, we might have up to 65, percent. So entry level positions are diminishing as companies seek experienced professionals who can work alongside AI. So you can see that these things are happening. It's not rocket science. It's not far fetched. People are telling you otherwise. AI is not going to take your job. The truth is, AI is going to take a lot of people's job if you don't look, outwardly. If you don't improve your skills, if you don't learn AI, it's gonna take over your job. So, and even if you are learning AI, you have to learn uh, some other skills also with it. A skill that like management skills. AI cannot manage a team. AI cannot be the one dictating architecture. It can only provide advice. You have to know all these things. So evolving skill requirements. So skill requirement for developer keeps growing. You have the soft skill, which is the foundational skills. Adaptability, learning, and collaboration. Then you have AI integration. You have to know AI now. You have to know AI integration. And then data science, also analysis, expertise, and strategic planning also is one of the things that is required now. Strategic planning, because for the coming years, planning is going to be much more emphasized. There's going to be much more emphasis on planning. Planning the architecture, the database architecture, and all that. Is going to take precedence over coding, because AI is going to take over all, if not all, but majority. You can see tools like Cursor and all that. Cursor lovable. This they can build a whole SaaS application for you without you uh, typing a single line of code. So, and then the next reason why developer fail is overemphasis on traditional, white collar job. We are always looking for the developer roles. We are always looking for a white collar job, when in fact you have the skills to start a company. Most developers have the skill enough to see a product to market, to launch a SaaS application, but they would rather look for a 9 to 5 job. you know so go out there. Don't just stop living in your box. mm. Stop living in your box. A lot of developers, they keep learning and learning and learning, but they never really use what they learn for themselves. They rather use it for another company. They rather use it to build another man's empire, you know than building something for themselves. A lot of us lack the ability to stay with a product. So, we go over the tutorials and then forget about the application. Go see another tutorial today. Oh, watch the tutorial, practice it. So you have many portfolios, but you have not built a product, a successful product, and launch it into the market. We are looking for a white collar job always. So there are overemphasis on getting a traditional white collar job. Now imagine that Mark Zuckerberg was looking for a white collar job. He did build Facebook. Imagine the owner of Amazon didn't build Amazon, and he kept looking for a white collar job. Kept looking to grow in to managerial positions. He Let's imagine that he was stuck in the rat race. All he wanted to do was just focus on, you know, someone else company. I know we all cannot start a company. We all cannot go into SaaS, but most of the time, the truth is that is the future. We are made to be creators. God, the way we are created, God created us to be creators, not to be, is. But we are stuck in a rat race. A lot of people are stuck in the rat race of 9 to 5, 9 to 5. You know, you need to break that. You need to break that. Look for it. See something that you can build. You will even learn a lot, from building a product and taking it into market. Seeing it to seeing growing the product from conception to reality. You will learn a lot. You learn a lot about marketing, about all that things and that's the main thing that you need to learn. Things on marketing, user experience. You will learn, how to launch a product. You will learn a lot of things. Learn about payment gateways, which one is the best for which case. How do you launch your product? Which website helps you to get users? For testing. All those things. You're gonna learn a lot on the way when you think in this time, when you start looking into launching your own product than just working a 9 to 5. And being paid peanuts and you are satisfied with it. The truth is, it doesn't matter how much you are receiving right now as a developer. You are not paid your worth. Yeah, you can never be paid your worth. Now tomorrow, if the company doesn't need you again, they don't owe you an apology. You can just wake up and get a mail, terminating your contract. If tomorrow the company finds someone better than you, they don't owe you explanation. They don't owe you jack. They rather fire you, employ the next person that is better than you. And there's no way you want to be the best in this world. There's no way there will always be someone better than you. Even though I'm not trying to downplay the role of learning new things and all that, but let's focus less on traditional roles, white collar jobs and all that. So developers should consider interdisciplinary role that combines soft skills with other sectors. Embracing non-traditional career paths can lead to unique job opportunities, and job satisfaction. So then the next reason why developers fail is the need for perfection. Need for perfection. If you've gone down the line of building a product, and you launch it into the market, you know what I'm talking about. Most of us, when you start building a product, you want to make sure it is perfect. You want to make sure it's bought. Which of the product was launched perfect? If you look at Amazon when it was launched, the first time it was launched, if you look at it today, you'll be like, did you actually launch this product? If you look at Facebook, the first time it was launched, the UI and everything, you'll be like, did people actually sign up for this product? Imagine that they waited and waited to perfect everything. If software can never be perfect. So you need to strategize, look at the MVP, structure the MVP, what's the most important feature, and then get the most important feature out there. That's the most important thing. Get the most important features, sorted out. Every other thing can come later, and launch the product. Launch the products. Doesn't have to be perfect. Perfectionism trap, striving for flawless code, can lead to analysis paralysis, and project delays. Overemphasis on perfection can stifle innovation and timely delivery. Like I said, prioritize functionality and user feedback over unattainable perfection. Adopt iterative development practice to refine and improve software over time. So the next reason why developer fail is the jack of all trades syndrome. You want to be jack of all trades. You are learning programming and you are learning 10 different languages. Please, how do you want to master any one of them? You've learned, you've not even mastered JavaScript, you've jumped into Python. You've not mastered Python, you've jumped into Java. You've not mastered Java, you've jumped into, this is the jack of all trade syndrome. And a lot of people are stuck in this, and then they will write it in their CV. They can do, you will see so many programming languages and you will wonder which one can you really do. And at the end of the day, when you are employed, you underperform. It's normal, you underperform because you are a jack of all trade. The normal thing for you to do is pick a stack and focus on it. So but whatever stack you pick, try as much as possible to integrate Python into it. Or also learn Python, because Python is now the de facto for AI. So you need to know Python, whatever language you are learning. But pick a stack and focus on it. Don't go around learning all languages. Stay focused, know what you are doing. So that is that of about that. When you even pick a stack, say, you need to spend at least 5 years on a stack to master a stack. Now, if you are jumping from pillar to post, post to pillar, you will never attain that. Anyway, let's go on conclusion. Adapt to the evolving landscape. So what is the conclusion? We've gotten to the end. So the conclusion is basically, you guys now know what makes developer fail. The first of all is that lack of flexibility. AI is disrupting things now. So you need to learn AI. You need to know AI and know some other skills. Don't just focus on development. You need to know interpersonal skills, managerial skills also. You need to look into that. Look into non-traditional career paths, or you can build a SaaS application. I think every developer should even have a SaaS application, because the truth is, in the coming years, there are going to be fewer and fewer posting for job developers. But instead of being the one out there looking for job, you can be the one there looking for developers to help you manage your company, your SaaS application. Isn't that beautiful? That is so much beautiful. So in the coming days, I would drop some tutorials on how to plan a SaaS application and start. Nowadays you don't need to know too much of coding to launch a SaaS application. I see people spending 9 hours watching coding tutorials, spending, I did that too when I started. At least I have over, more than 10 years experience in development now. And when I started also, I learned. I kept, watching tutorials, but you guys need to move from being a consumer to being a producer. You guys keep watching, but you never use them. Just watch, you practice it, and that's it. Tomorrow you see another tutorial, you jump on it. Look at how to make e-commerce. spend another 10 hours on that and you forget about the application. Tomorrow, e-ticket system. Oh, jump on the trail again, build it, forget about it. You've never sat down. And these things, the way to actually learn is by you thinking of a product. Get an idea and go after it. Build it from scratch. Not just watching other people's tutorials. Yes, watch other people, but also build your own. It's when you now go out there and build your own. That is when you learn. Not when you watch people build and you are copying people building. No, that's not when you learn. It is when you build your own, you encounter issues, and challenges, and you fix those challenges. That is how to learn. Build something, not copy something. Build it yourself. So I'm challenging you guys, to break out of the status quo. 2025, make 2025 different. To drop a SaaS product this year, and focus on it. Spend at least 6 months focusing on it, promoting it, learn about the marketing aspect of tech. Don't just learn about development, because if that's all I'm sorry, you're gonna have issues. Learn about AI, learn about the markets, aspect of tech, learn about the management. These are the things you need to know. These are the life skills that can help you when you know how to manage people. But a lot of us cannot manage people, because we've been managed all our lives. We've never thought about, going out there, building something, employing someone, managing a team on your own. Anyway, so that is that about that. So come to the end of this tutorial. I'm going to be dropping more tutorials. I've been off for a while, but now I'm back and I'm going to be dropping mind-blowing tutorials. One of the very, very soon. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel and you've been learning from this channel, you guys are not helping me. You keep watching these videos, they keep helping you, but you don't subscribe. Why? Help a brother in need. So click on that subscribe button, and I'm gonna see you some other time. So have a wonderful day ahead of you.